it's Queen from WCTV. We are here in Rochester visiting. It's all about the animals. We're going to be meeting with Pam, the owner of this rescue shelter and adoption center for cats. So join me. A lot of kitties. So hello, how are you doing?
I am fine, and how are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
That's
Now,
nice.
I always pass through this road, but to go to an ice cream store.
Oh, yes.
And I didn't know that this place exists, and it's right here.
We have been here 9 years.
9 years.
9 years.
And it's all about the animals.
Absolutely. First off, we are a 501c3 nonprofit public charity. We go mainly in felines, and the reason for that is people haven't caught on how to spay and neuter your felines. They've done very well as far as spay and neutering the dogs,
Okay.
but when it comes to the felines, they don't. A lot of people still have the mindset they're rodents, they're still disposable, and they just multiply, multiply, multiply. If one female cat was allowed to keep multiplying, after a 7-year period, if she and all her siblings survive, you can have up to 420,000 cats.
That is one female cat.
One
in
female
7
cat,
years.
yes. A cat can go into its heat, it's called estrus. A cat can go into that 3-4 times a year, and a lot of it depends on the weather. You get warm weather, they're gonna go into heat. I've had kittens here born Christmas Day and New Year's Day. So we focus on the abused and the abandoned. I really do not like to take out of people's homes. I like the ones that are throwaways. I cannot do ferals. We do not do ferals at all. I have been bit actually 19 times in 9 years. So I have been advised, no more ferals. So what we do is we take, like I say, society's throwaways. They're all spayed, neutered. They get all the distempers, they get all the dewormings, both for roundworm and tapeworm. They're treated for coccidia, they're treated for giardia. They're microchipped and tested for leukemia, FIV, and if I have the SNAP test, because sometimes they have a problem with the heartworm test, I will test them for feline leukemia, FIV, and heartworm. Then they're put up for adoption.
So all that procedure takes place when you get the cat.
Exactly. Exactly. Everything is done when I get the cat.
And
Yes.
what's the significance of putting a chip in the cat?
Some people think it's a GPS. It is not a GPS. If your animal gets out of the home and it gets lost, and say another animal control officer finds it or another shelter, there's a little a device that we have, and you just push a big button, run it across the back of the animal, and if it beeps, a number will come up. And within 3 minutes, I can get on the computer and find out who owns that cat. So that's the importance of having a microchip. Cats love to sneak outside.
Yes.
They'll push the screen out of a window. And sometimes they don't want to come back. And they'll get lost. And one thing I'd like to say, if you don't mind, which is very important, if your cat ever gets outside and doesn't come around, the first thing you do is you take the cat's litter box. You put the litter box outside. You take towels, blankets, anything that has a scent of the home, and you put it around the perimeter of your property. Cats go by scent. So if they do wander, they can get the scent to come back home. That's a very important thing for people to do if the cat escapes.
I wish I knew that, because I was babysitting my brother's house. This was last year, and they have a cat. And this cat is an inside and outdoor
Okay.
cat, so there was no problem. I was told, okay, you can just let the cat go outside. So I did so. The cat went outside, and I'm here waiting, and I was getting nervous. Like, the cat is not coming home. And I didn't know what to do. I mean, just where would I start searching for the cat?
It's the litter box first thing. And another thing that I can't emphasize enough to the people, we have a lot of fishers in Massachusetts now. It is not a cat. Over in Europe, they call it a fisher cat because it climbs a tree. But it's a member of the weasel family. And I've heard people say time and time again, oh, my cat can climb a tree. Well, so can a fisher. A fisher can climb up to 50 feet, but they have back legs that twist. So they're able to climb back down. The feline is stuck up in the tree. Back about maybe 6 years ago, a whole week of Christmas, during a severe snowstorm, this cat was stuck up 75 feet up a tree. Well, we tried for 7 days to get that cat. Finally, we got the fire department, and the cat was nearly frozen to the limb. So I had to make a decision I didn't like. But I said to them, the cat had crawled up to 85 feet. I said to them, cut the limb. They cut the limb, and it was on the edge of the woods, so all the branches were sticking up to impale this cat. And when they cut that limb and that cat fell, we heard boom. And I'm like, the cat was going to die anyhow. I'm like, oh dear Lord. We got there, the cat landed in about a 6-foot area, which was just packed with snow. So the animal ran. My husband and I spent all night in the woods with snowsuits on the ground, crawling through the thickets, trying to find this cat. We set up traps. The next day, which was New Year's Day, the cat was caught in the trap. We got the cat, they got the cat, and the only thing that was wrong with this cat, it had torn hamstrings. So we kept the cat here, nursed her back to health, and she's now adopted.
Don't be. This is a terrible kitten to bottle feed. Come on, here, this way. No. Come on, wait. Oh, you are being naughty. Come on. No? Why do you fight me all the time? Show everybody what a bad kid you are. Look at me.
So tell me your love and passion, dedication.
Oh, we would do anything.
to cat. Where does this come from?
I come from a family that always loved animals, always. I was always brought up with animals. I mean, my parents spayed and neutered. I remember when I was like 5 years old, gotta get your animal spayed. We were huge animal advocates. And my son, my grandson, they're the same way.
So why do you have such a special place for cats specifically?
Cats are the underdog. Dogs now, like I said before, they do a very good job with spay and neutering the dogs. A lot of dogs now are coming up from the south because the whole New England area has done a wonderful job with spay and neutering. So there aren't any puppies available. So they bring them up from the south. But there's tons and tons and tons of kittens and cats. So many of them. I mean, so many. Last year I had, I think it was 170 kittens that I did last year. Yeah. And a lot of them are bottle fed. We're bottle feeding now. We got some in that were 2 days old. They were in very, very bad shape. But I also have, which I don't know if you're going to go in the unit, but I'll show you. We have an ICU unit in there. You can connect oxygen. You can regulate the temperature. You can put humidity, control the humidity. That has saved so many animals, that unit. So when we got these little guys, they were cold. They were real cold. You've got to get the body temperature up slowly and have it go around the animal, not just on one side. So we put them in this little unit, and right now they're doing well. They're about 3 weeks old.
Wow.
You get these fishes that just rip these cats apart. And I've been telling people that. And just with the diseases that are out there, you let your cat out, it catches a disease, it's going to spread it to the next. So it's very important. You have colonies, which are feral cats. They are fine. They've been taken care of. Leave the ferals alone. Don't shoot them. Don't do all those mean things to them. They have feeders that go there and feed and take care of them and then watch these cats. They're fine. They'll cut down the mouse population in the area. It's just that they are not adoptable. You know, they don't want any human contact. That is their life. And what happens, the colony slowly dies off on its own. But once you start destroying these cats, it's something in the cat that they know they have to keep multiplying even more. So leave them alone. Let them do what they want.
Wow. You're talking about the struggles of not making enough to, help more cats, because it's not about paying people, paying yourself, but really not making enough in order to spread your services. But still, at the end of the day, you have this smile on your face that, no matter how much you spend or
love it,
how troubling it is,
love it.
But
Absolutely.
you are happy for
love
the
it.
outcomes.
I would never, ever stop doing what I'm doing, ever. I totally love it.
What advice would you have for when we see a stray cat?
If the cat is friendly and you want to take the cat in, which I beg everybody during the bad winter, please open up your basement, do something for these animals that are out there. If the cat is friendly and you want to take the cat in, put it in a separate room. Never mix it with your own cats. You don't know if this cat has leukemia. You don't know if it has another disease, and it's going to spread to yours. keep it in that room, and call a shelter or take it to a veterinarian.
And how has this experience been for you?
Phenomenal.
Okay.
I have a thing I say, every day I feel like I hit the lottery. It brings us such joy. My husband and I, we just love this so much. We were discussing, we were leaving today, and I have a joke with my husband. He'll say, boy, you did a good job. I said, good, now we're going to Jared's. I'm buying that 4-carat ring. And he asked me, would you? I said, never. Never would I do that. That means nothing to me. He said, you know, we have given up a lot for the animals. I said, yeah, we have. Any regrets? I said, not one. He said, neither do I.
So, I mean, tell us about the kittens and the cats that you have here. What kind of personality do they have?
Well, a kitten is a kitten.
Okay.
I've never seen a kitten without a different personality. And everybody wants kittens, but I try to explain to them. They say, I want to train my cat to be lovable. You can't train a cat to be lovable.
No.
A cat is what it is. If you get a kitten, you do not know the personality of that cat. When that cat's like 4 months old, you know the personality. So I always try to push, go for the 4-month, the 5-month. Okay. You know the personality of that cat. But although the cats I've adopted, I have a lot of people call me best cat in the world, best cat in the world. So I guess we do a lot of socializing with the cats. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I cannot wait to see the kittens.
Okay. All right. Now you haven't gone into the other unit, so you don't have to disinfect your feet.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
So if you want to come in here, please watch your footing with these babies.
Oh, yes.
Now these guys are 5 weeks old. I do not let them go till they're a minimum of 8 weeks old.
Oh, okay.
At this age, they're probably pretty safe, but there is something called failure to thrive. We've had kittens 5 weeks old, seem very healthy like this, and all of a sudden they die. It reminds me like of SIDS in a child.
Yes.
Yeah. So 8 weeks old, they can go. Hi. Hi.
Do they have names?
Hi. I haven't named them yet. I really don't like to name until I know that.
Where are you going?
See, how's the nails? Can you say hi? Can you say hi? All right. That would have been adorable.
The
You
best
say
massage
hi.
ever.
See?
Hi. Okay, we're not gonna be crawling off my back. No.
Hey,
Just stay
hey,
right
you
there.
want to
Hello.
be here? You want to say hello too? Can you say hello? Huh? And I do emphasize to people, without another animal in the house,
Yeah.
we like to do it in pairs. Because they are, picture yourself home alone all the time with no animal contact, or human contact.
Yeah.
It's lonely.
Yes, yes.
It's very, very lonely. People work, they leave them home alone. Hi. But if you have another animal, you can get one.
That's Archie and this is John.
Archie and John. Okay, Archie, you're on TV.
Oh my goodness, John. Stop.
Come over here, sweetie. Come on. Come on, say hi. Get over here. Oh. They're really happy because they're out of the cage.
Oh my God. I can see why people would want to come here and just play
Yeah.
with this fellows all day.
Yeah.
And so how
See.
frequently do they get adopted?
Kittens are
fast.
fast.
Okay.
Kittens are fast, but I'm very strict on
Oh.
my adoption policies.
Oh, right.
I just don't hand them out. I'm pretty strict. Okay, now
Yes.
we got to spray our feet. We can actually spray over there, it doesn't matter. What you're going to do, you just do this to the bottoms of your feet,
Okay.
okay? That's it.
So
You
do
can
you
put
do
that
this,
in.
let's say like if you have your own cat in your house and you're going to your friend's house and they have a cat, do you necessarily have to do
I
this
do
too?
it.
Oh,
I
okay.
do it, and I wash my hands.
Okay.
Like when we go in there, I have disinfectant. I want to
Yes.
have you disinfect because you touch those cats. Okay?
Wow.
So you're going to disinfect.
A lot of things that we don't know.
A lot of things. Let's see if she gave birth. Hey, look at that tummy.
Oh my
Look at that tummy. I think it's time for babies. Hey, I think it's time for babies. And my veterinarians, was it Dr. Francis, the owner of Marion Animal Hospital, is phenomenal. She's taught me so much. There's another veterinarian that used to be there, Dr. Saw, and she was the same way. You know, and I'm a sponge. I love to learn. This one came from, I think it was Middleborough, and it was a toss away. Yep. So she's very sweet, and I keep complete med charts on all my animals. And I also have a relinquished farm showing where the cat came from. I can track an animal from the minute it comes here till as soon as it leaves. The other cat we called Waddles because it got so big it was actually waddling. So I'm getting nervous because this one's starting to waddle. I'm saying, please, I don't need 12 more kittens. Don't try to break her record. I know.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
She is. She is. But that's a young cat. That's a very young cat, already pregnant.
How young?
I want to put her about 10 months. And she's already pregnant. Aren't they beautiful? Oh my God. Yeah. So you're very nice. See, I'm a little sore because I had a distemper this morning. I gave him a distemper shot this morning, their first one. So their hinds are a little bit sore. And they get a little bit tired. Hey, sweetie?
So what is the significance of keeping them in this?
Well, right now they're little.
Okay.
I don't want them jumping around and getting hurt.
Okay.
You don't have to spring in here.
Okay.
Okay. Now, this is very strict because the first carpenter said to me, I want everything out so we can start working. So I got rid of they have beautiful cubbies. I gave them to another shelter. And then he did this. So everything is there. When you declare an animal, I'll ask people, I would ask you, for example, what is it when you explain to me what declaring is?
Well, I think for them it's stripping their identity, right?
No, but what do they physically do to the cat?
Cut their nails off?
Cut the nails off? No. They amputate the first joint right off. It's cut right off. So it's like walking around like this. Now, what do you think ringworm is?
A very terrible one.
It's not a worm. Ringworm is a fungus. Ringworm is the tinea fungus. It's athlete's feet. It's a fungus that's found in the environment. Anybody can get ringworm. That's why we disinfected our feet. Damp, moist, warm areas, gyms, spas, wrestling mats. You have to disinfect them. That's where you get ringworm from. It's a fungus, and cats are very prone to ringworm, especially kittens. And when you get ringworm, you have to bathe the cat or the kitten every third day. You self-align dip in between. It's a lot of work. You have to separate them according to the stages. So if you have 2 lesions, you're a kitten, you have 2 lesions on you, you go in a cage where there's 2 lesions. If a cat has 5 lesions, well, that one's showing more. So another cat goes in with the 5 lesions. It's a lot of work, and this can go on for about 3 to 4 weeks. Just the shampooing. A lot of work. But ringworm is not a worm. It is a fungus. It runs rampant in daycares because children get everything, don't they? They get colds. They get a lot of ringworm. And it's what they call zoonotic, meaning it can go from human to animal and animal to human.
Well, thank you so much.
You're
I've
very
learned
welcome.
a lot, and I'm very happy that we have come here.
Good. I'm glad. And
Your
thank you.
cats and kittens are just delightful.
And I'm glad you came to see the crazy cat lady.
I'm telling you, you have made the crazy cat lady label so cool.
Thank you.
and so humane.
Thank you.
So
That's what I try to do. That's what I try to do.